One of the unique things about Kid Story is the retell. Not only are you telling the story, but you want to be able to retell the story in different ways so the kids are learning the story and they're able to share it with family and friends afterwards. Well, what are my top favorite retells? Well, I'd like to share that here with you today on Kid Story Quick Tips. So what are my top 5 favorite retell activities? I love watching people, adults and kids alike, do the retell. Probably my favorite, though, is musical chairs. This is where you get everybody to get in a circle and with a chair, and then you take one chair out. As the music's playing, or maybe you just go tingo, 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 tango, and when tango comes or when the music stops, everybody's got to find a seat. The person that's left standing, because you have one less chair than the number of people in that circle, the person left standing has to start telling the story until you either go tingo tingo again or start playing the music again, especially if you have some fun, vibrant music. I mean, everybody's dancing and moving around the circle until the music stops. Everybody finds a seat. And then wherever that last person left off, then that next person has to start from there and continue on with the story. Now, nobody gets eliminated in regular musical chairs. If you ever played that before, if you're left standing, then you get eliminated and you remove one more chair. We're not going to do that because we want everybody to continue to participate and to learn the story. Now, it just is one of those things where everybody's got to pay attention because they have to remember where the last person left off, as well as then continue on. Now, in a lot of these activities, you want to take the pressure off because you want to keep it fun and exciting. So the group can help out. If the person that's left standing and they don't remember what's next or they've gone too far, let the group help them out. Don't put that added pressure on and make it so that nobody wants to participate. Keep it fun, keep it active. So musical chairs is probably my number one favorite. Now, there are some other circle type of activities that are just as fun. And one of those is, if you have a ball, if you have a stick, if you have whatever you might have that could be passed around, that could work as well. So that's another activity. And with that is a balloon. You blow up the balloon and you can either pass it around or you can toss it up in the air. And it's the same as the musical chairs. Either you're playing some fun music as it's going, and when the music stops, whoever has the object or has the balloon, then they're the ones that have to continue on with the story. Now, with the balloon especially, they could be popping it up in the air. It doesn't have to go in a circle, and can have a lot of fun that way. Now, with the ball or object, I don't know if I'd have everybody just tossing that back and forth. I think I'd have them pass it, especially if you have like 12-year-old boys. That toss is going to be more of a throw and you don't want anybody getting hurt. So a balloon is a little different. It's not going to hurt anybody. So that's another one of my favorite activities. Now, another circle activity that's really, almost as fun as the musical chairs, and that is with a rope. So you grab a piece of rope, piece of string, whatever you might have, and everybody holds on to it. And as the music's playing or you're saying certain words like tingo, 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 and then when it stops, when the music stops, or you stop saying, or you've said stop, whoever has the knot or is closest to the knot then starts telling the story or has to continue on with the story from the last person. So that's another activity that's just a lot of fun. Everybody's laughing, but you know what? They're learning as they're laughing and enjoying their time. This cloth reminds me that kids love acting out the story. So maybe simple little costumes with a piece of cloth or just acting out the story gets them to remember it And then I've had it many times where each kid wants to have a different part. So you're retelling that story over and over and over again, everybody taking turns with the different parts of the story. They're having fun. It's being creative. It's activating different parts of the brain, and they're learning the story. It's going not just into their heads, it's going down into their hearts as well. So this cloth reminds me, act it out. Another great activity. And then one other one, especially for your artists, is, you know what? Coloring. If you're able to have access to any kind of writing utensil or crayons and paper, it might even have to be, you know what, a stick in the sand. Whatever you might have, where kids can take what they've imagined and put it down on paper or in some way be able to take it and transform it into something that's personal and theirs, that they own, whether it's on paper again or in sand, something that they get to draw. And another last one for you is, I've done this several times and it's really a lot of fun. I call it reporter on the scene. And what you do is you have somebody that's a reporter and they go around and ask different questions of the characters in the story. It's kind of like acting it out, but a little bit different in that you have somebody that's going around trying to interview the different people. Maybe it's different objects or animals that are in the story and get their perspective. Another great way for them to learn the story, be able to retell it, and be able to share that with family and friends. So there you go. My top 5 activities for doing a retell. Very important to do as you learn to do kid story and have the kids learn the story for themselves. Thanks for joining us here on Kid Story Quick Tips. We'll see you again. God bless you.